This is News 3 Now, live at 4, moving forward.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Live at 4. Topping our news today, Wisconsin prisons have faced trouble in the last few months. First, the warden of the state's prison in Waupun was arrested for neglect of duty, and then a corrections officer was killed at the state's youth prison.
Yeah, but today lawmakers met at the state capitol in an attempt to work toward solutions. Political reporter Will Keneally is there with the latest.
This is what's called an informational hearing. So the Capitol is pretty empty. Lawmakers have returned home for the summer. They'll come back next year to start legislating again. But before then, lawmakers wanted to hear from stakeholders about what is happening in Wisconsin prisons. That included some former correctional officers who alleged a culture of silence in state prisons amid abuse.
That's unfortunate because the only way that this committee is going to know exactly where things are at and how bad things are or how good things are in the Department of Corrections is to actually having staff come and testify in front of us in a public hearing.
Lawmakers say they plan to hold another hearing next month. And that's when they say they could subpoena the Department of Corrections to get some answers to the questions that lawmakers posed on Tuesday. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Today's corrections hearing was part of a busy day at the Capitol with the state's budget writing committee meeting as well. We'll have more on that later this hour.
The Republican National Convention begins Monday in Milwaukee. Today, a federal judge ruled that protesters cannot march through a security zone. The Coalition to March is planning a demonstration during next week's convention. The group wanted permission to march along a route that would cross the secure perimeter for the event. But a district judge today said no, that is not going to happen. We will have team coverage of the convention starting Monday morning and continuing all week on our newscast.
Let's get a look at your first warn forecast. Meteorologist Blaze Keller is out on the patio. It's a wonderful and beautiful day out there.
It's humid as well on top of everything that you just listed. We've got the remnants of Beryl moving through the Midwest. While we do have winds turning out of the north, they haven't been out of the north long enough to bring down some of that more comfortable air. But what we are going to dodge is, thankfully, given how wet we have been across Wisconsin, the soaking rains that would have otherwise been brought up by Beryl. It's 81 degrees as we take a look towards Lake Mendota. Again, those dew points are in the 60s, so while the humidity isn't terribly high, it is still feeling rather humid outside, and we're not seeing any showers or thunderstorms as of now, but as Beryl's remnants get closer and closer to southern Wisconsin, especially farther south and east, there's just that little bit of upward momentum in the atmosphere that we could squeeze out a few showers and thunderstorms. We'll track that out in Futurecast here later on in this half hour. Temperature-wise, though, 70s and 80s, not only across southern Wisconsin, but into Dane County as well. Planner taking you into the very early morning hours on your Wednesday. We're going to slowly cool on off because of the cloud cover. We're going to track out the heat that's right around the corner as well, coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Blaze. Of course, I think it's nice because I'm not out in the humidity.
That's right.
The city of Madison has received 2 grants from the Carbon Reduction Program to update traffic lights all over Madison's local intersections.
This project will take about 5 years to complete, and our Merrill Hubbard has more on how the city will greenlight this project.
You may want to take a closer look at your traffic lights because the City of Madison plans to replace over 12,000 of them by 2028. This project to switch the lights is part of the city's bigger plan to advance traffic safety and sustainability. The Carbon Reduction Program provided the city with 2 grants that fund around $6.1 million. 80% of this is federally funded and 20% is municipal funding. The project consists of 2 major switches, changing LED lights and updating traffic signal controllers. The city aims for the light switch to turn up safety and longevity on the streets.
By replacing these lights, they are a lot more visible. They're going to last longer. You'll have less failures of them. And anytime you can do that, all you're doing is you're creating a more safe traffic environment, which should lead to less serious injuries and deaths on our roadways.
These new signals will be in around 250 different intersections across Madison, specifically in local intersections that do not have a number. Traffic engineers estimated that you'll start to see these new lights around the fall of 2024. Reporting in downtown Madison, Merrill Hubbard, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Meryl. And when it comes to the weather, this summer has been a roller coaster so far. Some days have been chilly, others hot and humid, and lots of rain over the past few weeks.
That's a bad combination that has led to an increase in mosquitoes in our area. Our Jalen Banks is out on the weather patio with more. Jalen?
Susan and Brady, this year you're going to have to break out the bug repellent because the mosquitoes are out. Speaking with experts, they say this can be attributed to the extensive rainfall and lack of evaporation of all that moisture. And with more standing bodies of water and humidity, it has created an environment conducive to breeding more mosquitoes.
This summer, all those mosquitoes that were waiting in the ground for water have found it. So the nonstop rain that we've had and the warm temperatures just make them for the perfect storm for the mosquitoes to have a place to grow and reproduce and then come out and be hungry to feed on us.
And of course, wearing bug repellent and mosquito repellent is a great way to keep them away, but another way to keep them away from you and your lawn and your home is making sure to keep your lawn mowed and getting rid of any other standing bodies of water around your property. And tonight at 5, I'll have more on how you can keep yourself safe from the mosquitoes, and Dr. Jeff Potoff later in the show will join us on the West Nile virus.
All right, Jalen, we will see you then. Unfortunately, we have Jalen standing right next to the pond. That probably is not a good idea.
Run inside.
Next at 4, UW Health distinguished psychologist Shyla Murgain is here. We're going to talk about why adults need to play more.
Plus, the latest on the presidential race as the Biden administration looks to turn the page following the president's poor debate performance.
Hi, I'm Peter Gottlieb with the League of Women Voters of Dane County. In the August 13th primary election, voters will pick their preferred Democratic or Republican candidates for the United States Congress and the Wisconsin State Legislature. The winners will be on the ballot in the November 5th general election, which will include votes for president and state and federal offices. Learn more at vote411.org.
3 things to know. Part of News 3 Now's 3 Cares Community Impact.
It's going to be another sizzling hot summer. Don't burn up your money on high energy bills. Get new energy efficient windows from Champion.
We have saved 25 to 30% on our energy bill since installing the windows, which blew my mind.
Stay cool and save 35% off new Champion windows. Plus, get an extra $100 off every window. The more you buy, the more you save. Save 35% off your new Champion windows and $100 off every window you buy.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
Imagine trying to take on one of the big car companies. It's not easy. Yet this year, one local law firm finalized the largest compensatory verdict in state history against an automaker, over $38 million. And it was no fluke. That same firm has been holding big car companies accountable for faulty designs that cause injury for over 50 years. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
After careful review of medical guidance and research on pain relief, my recommendation is simple. Every home should have Salon Paws. Powerful, yet non-addictive. Targeted and long-lasting. I recommend Salon Paws. It's good medicine.
He sent me to. I'm so happy I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
This summer, feel confident from head to toe with Sonobello Permanent Fat Removal and get summer body ready in just one visit.
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all.
And my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sonobello's biggest sale of the year. Sonobello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It will change your life. It did for me.
I can't wait till the summertime hit. Hot Mom Summer, here I come.
Call 1-800-905-6520 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
President Joe Biden is looking to turn the page from his debate performance with the kickoff of the NATO summit getting underway in Washington, D.C. But some are still questioning whether he should stay in the race.
Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump appears close to naming his vice presidential candidate. Skylar Henry has more from the White House.
President Biden is hosting the NATO summit in Washington, D.C., and even the world leaders in town for the event are facing questions about the president's health.
Mr. Prime Minister, do you have any concerns about Biden's age or mental acuity?
Good to see everyone here this morning. Looking forward to a great meeting with this distinguished group of senators.
The president will try to shift focus away from his debate performance and back onto global concerns, such as the war in Ukraine.
As we have said, that that Ukraine's future is in NATO.
Here at home, the president appears to have done enough to stop most members of his own party from calling for him to step aside and let another Democrat take over and take on former President Trump.
I think at this point, it is, it's a foregone conclusion. The president's going to run and we're going to support him.
Former President Trump, who hasn't appeared in public since the day after the debate, told Fox News' Hannity that he too thinks Biden will stay in the race.
It looks to me like he may very well stay in. He's got an ego and he doesn't want to quit.
Trump is reportedly close to naming a running mate with North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, Florida Senator Marco Rubio, and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, the apparent leading candidates. He will likely announce his pick before next week's Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Former President Trump will hold a rally this evening at his Doral Golf Club in Florida, not far from his home in Mar-a-Lago. A new poll shows former President Trump is edging out President Biden. That poll, released by AARP, shows Trump leading Biden 44% to 38% among registered voters ages 18 and older. And among voters 50 and older, 48% to 41%. But that poll shows the candidates are tied at 45% among ages 65 and older. Jeff List, who has helped with the poll, says third-party candidates are making an impact in these polls.
In Wisconsin, there is some of that where you have more younger voters going to third-party candidates, and so that's hurting Biden. But also in Wisconsin, among voters over 50, there are some voters going to third-party candidates, and that looks like it's hurting Donald Trump.
As for the U.S. Senate race in Wisconsin, Democrat Senator Tammy Baldwin is holding a lead over Republican Eric Hovde, 50% to 45%.
Today is a day of mourning in Ukraine after a major Russian military attack killed at least 42 people. Rescuers continue to look for survivors in the rubble at Ukraine's largest children's hospital. 1,600 patients and staff were at the hospital when it got hit. At least 2 that were killed are children, and over 50 others were injured. Russia continues to deny responsibility for the attack, instead blaming Ukraine's air defense missiles. But the Ukraine Security Service released new images today they say prove it was a direct strike.
Analysis of the video footage and assessment made at the incident site indicates a high likelihood that the Children's Hospital suffered a direct hit rather than receiving damages due to an intercepted weapon system.
One UN official added that many more patients would have died had they not been taken to a bunker when the air raid sirens sounded.
Nearly 160 million Americans are under heat alerts until Thursday. Children in Las Vegas cooled off in water sprinklers as they tried to beat the heat. According to the National Weather Service, temperatures could reach 118 degrees in Sin City this week. Triple-digit temperatures are also being felt in the typically cool Pacific Northwest. The dangerous heat is connected to the deaths of 4 men in Portland, Oregon.
These are probably preventable deaths, based on the fact that we assume that they probably would not have expired if they had had better cooling options.
On the East Coast, the oppressive humidity is making it feel even hotter. In New York City, the Office of Emergency Management is urging people to run dishwashers and washing machines in the early morning and late at night to avoid the peak heat. Let's get a look at our first warn forecast. Meteorologist Blaze Keller has that, and he got away from the humidity.
I did. Came inside, got away from the humidity, but we're all going to be underneath that heat and humidity. As we look ahead to your weekend, our high temperatures go from seasonal, if not slightly cooler than average tomorrow, and then slightly above average on Friday, to well above average, about 5 to almost 15 degrees above average there. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, upper 80s to low 90s. We're going to be feeling that heat and humidity once again, and looking ahead, we've got that risk of heat anywhere between moderate to major, not only on Sunday, but into Monday as well, as overnight lows also only settle into the 70s. So the last time we were underneath that heat, I told you and recommended that during the overnight hours when we get really hot and humid, make sure that you're staying cool and hydrated just as you would during the day as well, because your body needs to relax and recharge. But thankfully, this heat does look to wrap up as we go into the middle of next week. In the meantime, Beryl's remnants continue to move into the Midwest. There's a little bit of upward motion in the atmosphere. So we got some spotty showers popping up near Argyle, just north of Jordan there, just south of Blanchardville. Not seeing any lightning with these either, but we can't rule out a scattered shower and or thunderstorm as we head further into the rest of your evening. Again, though, we're going to really miss out on all that soaking rain from Beryl. There's still a lot of influence from what was once a major hurricane here in the Midwest. So we have that upward motion in the atmosphere, which is why we could see some scattered showers and thunderstorms closer to the Mississippi, along the Wisconsin River Valley as we go into later parts of this evening and throughout the first half of Wednesday. But folks in, I would say, Walworth County, Racine, Kenosha, Milwaukee County, and even Waukesha County probably have the best chance for more of that steady rain as we go throughout most of the first half of Wednesday. But we're actually going to clear out as Beryl continues to pull its way further north and eastward. But that clearing destabilizes the atmosphere, which is why we could see some scattered showers and thunderstorms into the second half of Wednesday as well. And we don't need any more rain. The data from June, to quickly recap, it was a very wet month across the entire state, except for Racine County didn't record a wetter than average June. Bayfield set a record for its wettest June on record. And interestingly enough, January 2024 through June of 2024 is Wisconsin's third wettest January through June on record, with over 20 inches of rain accumulated over the last 6 months. So thankfully, we're not getting any of Beryl's rain. We're just going to continue to see these scattered showers and thunderstorms as we go throughout the rest of this evening and into your Wednesday as well, as temperatures now sit in the 70s and 80s, but will cool off into the 60s. It is going to be humid because we're going to stay mostly cloudy, even with those light northerly winds. So the bigger picture is Beryl moves on out of here. A high pressure system moves on in. That's going to keep us more on the quiet side as we go into your Thursday and your Friday as well. Isolated chances for showers and thunderstorms as we move into not only your Thursday, but Friday as well. There is a look at your 7 and 10 day forecast. Again, it is going to be hot and humid starting this weekend through Tuesday of next week. And then fingers crossed that the models all stay consistent. We could be back into the 70s as we wrap up the upcoming work week.
Thank you, Blaze. Yeah, when it's comfortable, get outside and do something fun, because somewhere between childhood and adulthood, we've all just stopped playing.
Yep, not enough hours in the day. With job and family responsibilities, we've become more of a human doing than human beings.
However, playing at any age is one of the most replenishing things that we can do for our own well-being. UW Health's distinguished psychologist, Shyla Murgain, is here with some of that.
Hi, Shyla. Good to see you.
It's great to be here. Thanks for covering this topic.
Yeah, so playing, that can really just help our overall mental health, emotional health, well-being.
Absolutely. You know, as adults, we can be all work and no play, and that leads to a kind of boring day. And this summer, I really want to encourage people to prioritize building in a little bit of play. We know physically it can help reduce stress. We know emotionally it boosts our mood, we develop a positive outlook, and even relationships. If you just are meeting somebody for the first time and you play a little bit together, they quickly become a friend, as well as we know in closer relationships, it really builds emotional connection and that feeling of warmth and closeness, which we want. And so I think it's one of the things that goes by the wayside in all our to-dos and the busyness of life.
When you say play, what do you mean?
The definition of play is to be purposeless and to actually have no outcome or goal. Instead, it's really just to be in the moment, having joy and excitement and exploring. You just have to be around a little child to see how, you know, and it really boosts creativity. I think if we're stuck in a rut or we're struggling with a problem, to play allows us to think about it in different ways. You give ourselves permission just to do something and not worrying about failure. Yeah. And it's kind of like coloring outside the lines, allows us to maybe think differently about that problem and our lives.
Yeah, I think about like my grandma, she would do quilting circle or card playing, and they were regularly scheduled things. So is that important to have this scheduled play dates?
Otherwise it won't happen.
No, yeah,
exactly.
Because we get too busy.
Right.
Yeah, and I think one of the sad things, if you look over the last 50 years, in children, the amount of playing has gone down. Kids are, in front of electronics. Yeah. So I love that idea. As a family, schedule time to play. If you don't have kids, schedule time to play. Have friends over for a play date. You mentioned maybe getting the relatives or friends together and go play tennis, or maybe you personally just schedule time in your calendar to pick up a craft or to do some woodworking or just get out in nature, go to a playground. It's great to swing, or even those jungle gyms you can climb. And again, just give yourself permission just to be and see what emerges. And it's a great thing to model to our kids as well.
I guess you just have to prioritize it, because I can say I'm going to carve out this time and then everything else always seems to be more important. I guess you just have to stick to it for yourself.
Yeah, and I also encourage workplaces. We find research, workplaces that have a little bit of play, maybe they have a retreat where you play, or even a lunch hour where you're playing.
That's a great idea.
We find that people, morale is better, there's better productivity, people have less sick days, and the atmosphere is just more positive.
All right, bingo in the morning meeting tomorrow.
Very good.
Exactly.
You cut to us, we're not on the show, we're too busy playing
Exactly.
bingo. Yeah, that's great advice.
Yeah.
Great to see you, Shiloh.
Oh, great. Hope everyone has fun playing. Yeah.
Well, more flavored butters, spicy beef jerky, and a plant-based squid delicacy?
Those are just some of the new items at the Summer Fancy Food Show in New York. I always love this story. You wouldn't believe the things they come up with. And we'll sample some of them when Live at 4 continues.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
You'll also get free fitness training, equipment for every workout, and more. Join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends July 18th.
I need help for my mom. She has dementia. She's been to the ER twice this week. I just want her to be comfortable in the time she has left. I want a Grace, so Mom can get care at home, in a place she knows. You know what people say about them? I can't imagine better support through such a painful time. As a caregiver, that's what I needed to hear. Call a Grace and find out for yourself. A Grace, authentic care and connection. Visit agrace.org to learn how a Grace can connect with you.
Service and savings. It's Woodman's.
Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint.
I'm Phil, saving you huge money on facial tissue.
Fiora facial tissue, 3 packs for $2.89 or 4 packs for $3.29.
Ay caramba, hot prices on facial tissue.
$2.89, $3.29.
Fiora is top quality, half the price of national brands.
Better products, better prices, better service, because we're employee-owned.
It's Woodman's.
Stanley Steamer is proud to be the leader in deep cleaning, cleaning over 1 million homes and businesses across America every year, using powerful equipment custom built by us. We'll remove the buildup of dirt, dust, allergens, grime, and contaminants seen and unseen from your home and business. America's professional deep cleaner for over 75 years. It's not clean until it's Stanley Steamer Clean.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Owning my own home is nice. You can just come home knowing that it's yours. It's a sense of pride, sense of ownership, and enjoying it with everyone I love and care for.
Make a lasting impact on local families in need. Please donate today.
Tens of millions of roofs across America are failing, wearing out decades early, and leaking, oftentimes without you knowing about it, causing tremendous damage. Here's how you know you have a problem with your roof. Black streaking, your roof looks rough, or granules shedding off into your gutters or showing up in your driveway. Your roof is wearing out too fast, and it's going to cost you a bundle. RoofMax makes your roof like new by strengthening and rejuvenating it. So give us a call, and we'll give you a free assessment to see if your roof qualifies.
Right now, we're running our 60-60-60 sale. So when you purchase your new concrete coating, you get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60% off installation or 60-month no-interest financing. This is one of our best deals of the year, so visit our website or call the number for your new floor today.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
You'll also get free fitness training, equipment for every workout, and more. Join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends July 18th.
Well, this is fun. Every year, top names in the food industry gather to show off the latest and greatest trends in food.
Michael George took a bite out of some of those offerings to see what may be headed for your dinner table and snack shelf.
That's fantastic. If you're a food lover, this is heaven. It's the Summer Fancy Food Show in New York, where top trends were on the tables. America's snack cravings continue, with a hankering for innovative combinations and international ingredients, like doosra, an Indian snack mix of chickpea flour puffs, peanuts, spices, and white chocolate.
We're trying to bring Indian nostalgia, but I'm combining it with my French culinary background to bring new flavors.
Specialty Food Association President Bill Lynch says elevated home cooking is on trend. People are spicing up their own creations because they're eating out less.
Consumers, with the inflation impact and whatnot, are maybe cutting back on costs in terms of going out to restaurants.
One example, these flavored butters by Aga S'more.
You can cook with the butters. You can put them as a finisher on a steak or a piece of chicken.
Creator Annika Gusterman Amon had a sample cardamom butter. Oh, that's fantastic. That's really good. And the heat is on, with hot and spicy ingredients everywhere. Like jerky, spicy jerky with a unique texture.
When you take a bite of it, it's the texture of a chip. The fat melts in your mouth, and you still get that beefiness.
You've heard of plant-based meat, but what about squid? We tried these plant-based fried calamari from Beanstalk. Can you make plant-based seafood?
Yes, you can. Plant-based seafood is actually a long tradition in Asian cuisines.
Toss in a dash of honey, global influences, or anything fruit-forward. All are trending. And whether it's meals, snacks, or beverages, better-for-you products continue to deliver. Natural sweetness. If you're eager for a taste, you shouldn't have to wait too long. The next stop for some of these fancy foods is your grocery store. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
You and I will have to go to that show next year.
I know. We don't even have a platter of goodies to talk about.
Some of the things that are still trending are mushrooms, beverage innovations, including non-alcoholic mocktails. Those are really big. And black garlic.
And trendsetters are seeing eco-conscious efforts in packaging, shipping, and sourcing products to reduce carbon footprints.
Coming up next at 4, how an accident turned into a solution when it comes to fighting cancer.
And opioid deaths are on the rise in Wisconsin. What solutions local leaders are looking into next at 4.
If your windows are leaky and drafty, it's possible they weren't installed properly. Many installers lack proper training, and shoddy installation leaves your home vulnerable to extreme weather. At Next Door & Window, we're reinventing window installation. Our approach ensures your windows are sealed tight and energy efficient. And your windows and doors will be installed by certified experts who treat your home as if it was their own. When you demand tomorrow's comfort, Next delivers. Visit nextwindow.com to learn more.
Imagine having a Medicare Advantage plan that can help cover costs for dental services or even groceries. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield is offering special benefits called Essential Extras, available for Medicare Advantage plan members. If you're new to Medicare, have Medicaid, or recently moved, you could be eligible to enroll today. Unsure if you're eligible? Our licensed insurance agents can help. Just call the number on your screen today. Medicare Advantage plans cover everything in original Medicare Parts A and B while offering coverage for additional benefits. With Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Medicare Advantage plans, you could get no-cost essential extras you might not expect. These plans may include allowances for dental, vision, hearing, assistive devices, or even money for healthy groceries. That's not all, though. You could also get an allowance to help pay for utility costs like gas, electric, water, or sewer. It can even be used towards internet and cellular providers. Explore 2024 Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Medicare Advantage plans with essential extras in your zip code by calling today. If you're new to Medicare, have Medicaid, or recently moved, you could be eligible. Essential extras could even include transportation to plan-approved destinations. But you won't get a plan with additional benefits automatically. You have to call to see if you're eligible to enroll. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield is proud to offer these special no-cost Medicare Advantage plan benefits that help provide comfort and convenience to make everyday life easier. Don't miss out. Call Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield today to explore 2024 Medicare Advantage plans with essential extras. If you're new to Medicare, on Medicaid, or recently moved, you could be eligible.
Call 800-694-1143. 800-694-1143. That's 800-694-1143.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You're watching News 3 Now live at 4. Moving forward.
Let's take a look outside. This is a beautiful shot of the flowers in the Arboretum. They're getting a little rain and a little warmth, which is exactly what they need. Are those hydrangeas?
I think so.
Beautiful.
Yeah. We got confirmation.
That's from our producer.
We'll be taking your plant questions later.
Right. Dodging what's left of Beryl are the weather words. Blaze is out on the weather patio. A little sticky out there this afternoon.
A little bit, but thankfully we are not going to be dealing with any of that soaking rain that we would otherwise have been seeing had Beryl moved a little bit further back north and west. The remnants are going to stay to our southeast, but we're seeing some of that cloud cover spill on over, which is why we've got the overcast conditions right now. It is warm, though, underneath those clouds. 81 degrees with a light northerly wind. The dew points are into the 60s, so we've got the moisture, we got the heat, but we're, again, not really capitalizing on it, which is some good news. We certainly don't need any more rain here across Wisconsin. But speaking of rain, there's just a little bit of shower activity going on in parts of, say, eastern Lafayette County, western Greene County. Not seeing any lightning with that, so it's just some localized heavy rain showers. And we may still continue to see scattered to isolated showers and thunderstorms through the rest of this evening. As Beryl moves its way into the Midwest, it's just going to have that influence of a low pressure system because it was once a major hurricane. So we've got that upper air motion going on. So maybe a scattered shower or two through the rest of this evening and through the start of Wednesday, but we'll touch on who could really see that in the full forecast. Since we're not going to be dealing with Beryl, our attention here is now going to be on the weekend. Sunday, even into Monday, we've got moderate to major risk from heat as our daytime highs climb into the 90s. Our overnight lows settle only into the 70s. Then you add on top of that the humidity as well. So it is going to be a hot weekend. We are going to track out, though, in the full forecast if there's any relief from that, and that's coming up later on in this half hour.
Thank you, Blaze. With opioid-related deaths on the rise, Dane County leaders are looking for long-term solutions to curb substance use disorder in Madison.
Our Maddie Heimsch has more on plans for a new drop-in center designed for safer drug use. Maddie?
Yeah, Susan Brady, the proposed center would provide resources like Narcan, on-site specialists, and safe syringe and smoking supplies. Rick Rose, chair of the Opioid Settlement Subcommittee, says the concept comes after considering input from both experts and those impacted by opioid addiction. He says there's a misconception about providing available resources to drug users.
There's a lot of stigma around all of these things, but for so long it's not working. We're still losing 200-300 people a year. So if this system isn't working currently, we need to hear and try ways that may be different to save those lives. It's not an overdose use center, you know, it's an overdose prevention center. We're there to save lives.
Rose says it's important for those struggling with drug use to be supported by government leaders on a pathway to recovery. He says abuse disproportionately affects the queer community, the elderly Black community, and those with a history of incarceration. The project, still of course subject to final approval by the county board, would utilize 2024 settlement funds. We'll have more on potential impacts on News 3 Now at 6.
We will see you at 6, Maddie. Thank you. Well, most of the time when you mess up on something, it can make you feel a little bit down. You beat yourself up a little bit, but that can hardly describe a researcher's experience at the UW.
Yeah, it turns out their accident actually turned out to help them better understand T-cell therapy to fight cancer. News 3 Now's Kyle Pazorski explains.
It's inside this lab at the Discovery Building on the UW campus where researchers think they have found a breakthrough in fighting cancer cells. Dr. Chris Saha led the study, revealing the new method improves ways scientists can reduce the size of a cancer tumor. And the crazy part? It was all done by accident. Dan Capabianca, this study's lead author, found that by starving the T cells of sugar, it reduced their maturity. This in turn makes them last longer and become more effective.
It was kind of a mistake that helped delve into a new area that we really never expected to go down.
It's the researchers' expectation that by inserting more immature T cells into a patient fighting cancer, the form of therapy can become more effective compared to previous studies of lab-grown T cells. However, more work will have to be done. They say this type of T cell growing will need to be scaled up before it can become an effective way to fighting cancer. In Madison, Kyle Pazorski, News 3 Now.
The research team says that more research is needed, requiring researchers to seek grant money to pay for it.
Some Republican lawmakers are upset after a state Supreme Court ruling. The Friday decision says the Republican-controlled Joint Committee on Finance cannot legally block conservation projects, and it oversteps its power. The court ruled 6-1 on the decision, saying the committee violated the separation of powers between the legislative and executive branches. The stewardship program uses money to fund grants for environmental projects. Republicans have criticized the program, saying it prevents land from being developed. Today, the Republicans told News 3 the court's ruling undermines the future of those stewardship conservation programs, while Democrats say the Republicans exceeded their authority.
Taking the legislature out of that conversation is a real problem. And so going forward, we'll have to look at other ways that we can accomplish the similar goals.
The Republicans who happen to be in the legislature have been standing in the way of that, and they're not going to be able to do that any longer.
Governor Tony Evers sued back in October, and the justices agreed to hear the case in February.
To our stocks now, the Dow is down nearly 53 points, NASDAQ up 25, S&P posts another record close, up 4 points.
Well, bringing the indoors outside this summer.
When we come back, Consumer Reports experts share recommended products designed to add some comfort and style to your outdoor spaces.
Bigger isn't always better. Stoughton Health offers in-house MRI in a safe, inviting environment with convenient scheduling, friendly staff, and easy parking. Experience why patients are proud to say, "This is my hospital."
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
How much I weigh is nobody's business.
But Eric Hovde wants to make it his.
Eric Hovde thinks that if you're overweight, insurance companies should charge you more.
There should be consequences to those personal choices. Fine, you want to do that? Your health care is going to cost more.
How insulting is that?
Hovde would increase healthcare costs for 1 out of every 3 people in Wisconsin.
Eric Hovde, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
Introducing KardioMobile. With KardioMobile, the FDA-cleared smart device, you can take a medical-grade EKG in just 30 seconds from anywhere.
Every morning I check, make sure I'm in good shape, and it makes me feel pretty good about my heart condition.
KardioMobile is proven to detect atrial fibrillation, and it's FDA-cleared to detect normal heart rhythm, bradycardia, and tachycardia.
I mean, you might as well be in a doctor's office.
Get KardioMobile today for just $79 at Kardia.com or Amazon.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. Explore our lighting showroom and check out our selection of over 50 in-stock Patriot Lighting ceiling fans. They help save on energy costs year-round while making your space comfortable. This Patriot Lighting 44-inch Minerva ceiling fan is $59.98 after rebate. Or get this Carlisle LED ceiling fan for $79.99 after 11% rebate at Menards. #1 in customer satisfaction among home improvement retailers, according to J.D. Power.
Save big money at Menards.
No more waiting to see a general surgeon. Stoughton Health can see you within a week. We accept over 160 insurances, including Dean Health Plan and Quartz. Ask for Dr. Aaron Schwab, board-certified general surgeon. Learn more at stoughtonhealth.com.
New at 5, break out the bug spray. Check out why mosquitoes are now swarming. Plus, we have the top tips to keep you and your family pest-free.
After dodging Beryl's remnants, we're going to be watching as heat and humidity returns across southern Wisconsin. We've got just how hot we will get tonight at 5.
And ahead at 6, an accident in the lab turns into a breakthrough for blood cancer treatment. We'll show you how UW researchers hope to revolutionize T-cell therapy. That's tonight at 6.
We're both patio people, right?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. And these warmer weather days and longer days mean more time to enjoy all of your outdoor spaces.
The experts at Consumer Reports rounded up some top recommended summer products. Here's our Michelle Renee Quinn.
Spring cleanup is finished, flowers are blooming, your grill is ready. Now sit back and enjoy. The experts at Consumer Reports have some cool products and hot tips to help elevate your outdoor space.
Think of your outdoor space as an extension of your home. Don't be afraid to add in some fun details.
An outdoor rug adds style to your patio, deck, and balcony. But before you spend a lot of money on one, remember that it will face all that summer throws at it. Intense sunshine, and likely some heavy rain.
You'll want to go for something that is made of a synthetic material like polypropylene, which is generally easier to clean and maintain, and they tend to be fade and stain resistant.
An umbrella is a must for adding shade or dining al fresco. This budget-friendly blue banyan umbrella is affordable, easy to assemble, and has a 1-year warranty. And these melamine dishes, which come in several different designs, can add a pop of color to outdoor meals. CR recently evaluated patio coolers. This 80-quart Cuisinart outdoor cart kept CR's beverages cold and is easy to assemble and maneuver. When the sun goes down, you can keep your yard warm and inviting with string lights like these BrightTech Pro solar-powered string lights. CR also tested smokeless fire pits designed to reduce smoke and recommends this Cuisinart Clean Burn. It's easy to clean and great for larger fires and a crowd. And no outdoor sanctuary is complete without music. This Ultimate Ears Hyper Boom is one of the better sounding portable speakers. For half the price and decent sound quality, consider this recommended Sony XG300. Now all you have to do is agree on a playlist. This is Michelle Renee Quinn.
We could find some songs.
Yes, we could. That looks great.
A Sony portable speaker is water resistant and it's rechargeable. Battery delivers 25 hours of battery life so you can keep that music going.
Get shopping. Well, when we come back, it is the height of mosquito season, and it brings with it a lot more than just an occasional bite.
Yeah, they could bear the West Nile virus. Dr. Jeff Potoff explains why that could be worrisome when we come back.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
Today, a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
When it's hot, all you want is some relief. Relief from the heat outside, relief from sleepless nights, and relief from big electric bills. Even your air conditioning unit needs some relief. So when you wrap your home with our premium injection foam, it's like putting your entire house in a cooler. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
My mental health was better, but uncontrollable movements called TD, tardive dyskinesia, started disrupting my day.
TD felt embarrassing. I felt like disconnecting. I asked my doctor about treating my TD and learned about Ingrezza.
Ingrezza is clinically proven for reducing TD. Most people saw results in just 2 weeks. People taking Ingrezza can stay on most mental health meds. Only #1 prescribed Ingrezza has simple dosing for TD. Always one pill once daily. Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Pay close attention to and call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden changes in mood, behaviors, feelings, or have thoughts of suicide. Don't take Ingrezza if you're allergic to its ingredients. Ingrezza may cause serious side effects including angioedema, potential heart rhythm problems, and abnormal movements. Report fevers, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these may be life-threatening. Sleepiness is the most common side effect.
Take control by asking your doctor about Ingrezza.
Okay guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines for just $90.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah. It's a huge deal. You also get 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones! Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me clip. Do you check the expiration dates?
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
Get 4 free phones of your choice with no trade-in needed, plus 4 lines for $90.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Well, here's where Brady and I will be on Monday. There's a live picture of Milwaukee, the city getting ready for the start of the Republican National Convention. Looks a little cloudy.
It does.
In Milwaukee, 72 degrees right now. Well, with more rain, heat, and humidity in our forecast, you might want to grab an extra bottle of bug spray.
Yeah, that's true. I have some bites here. Above average rain in June plus the heat in July has created a perfect storm for mosquitoes to breed.
West Nile virus, as you know, is always a concern, but as of June 6th, there were no reported cases in Wisconsin. That's good news so far. UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff is here for his weekly visit. Hi, Dr. Potoff.
Hey guys, how are you?
You know, that's why they call it the state bird.
Yeah, right,
It's
no
back.
doubt.
And it can be more than just a bite. It can be serious. What kind of viruses do mosquitoes transmit?
Yeah, the one we have to be most concerned about in Wisconsin would be West Nile virus. There's a couple other encephalopathies that they can carry, but they're pretty rare. Most people aren't going to run into that. West Nile virus, first discovered in the 1930s in Uganda, and then eventually kind of spread. We didn't hear a lot about it till the 90s. 2012 was a really bad year here, and then ever since then, we usually have a few cases every summer. And the conditions this year, like you mentioned, are really ripe for it. You typically need a lot of moisture because then the mosquitoes can breed. We have that. And now we have forecasts with temperatures going up, which also increases kind of that viral load. So as much as no one likes to get bit by mosquitoes, even more reason to sometimes wear those long sleeves at night, or for sure wear your decontaining insect repellent to avoid getting West Nile.
They've been pretty bad. They've been sneaky. Like I can't even feel them, and all of a sudden I'm covered in bites. Have you had any bad luck?
I have the same bad luck, and I mean, I try to keep them out of my yard and things like that. But I think this year it's just a lost cause. There's so much moisture out there.
What are the symptoms of West Nile virus?
Yeah, so it's interesting. So 8 out of 10 people will never know that they had West Nile. They will be completely asymptomatic. Of the 20% that have symptoms, most of them won't identify it as West Nile because you'll have headache, maybe a fever, some muscle aches, things that are pretty common for other viral infections. Where we get in trouble with West Nile is typically those that are of extreme of age and those who have compromised immune systems. They will get West Nile that gets into their central nervous system, and it'll cause inflammation of the brain, and that can lead to all kinds of bad things, comas, arms and legs that don't want to work. And even though it's only fatal in 10% of cases, it usually has lasting effects. So you don't fully recover if you have that. So that's where we have to be careful. You don't want to be that unlucky person who gets neuroinvasive West Nile.
Are there any other diseases or conditions that we have to worry about right now?
Oh my gosh, I think ticks are probably the bigger risk than even the mosquitoes. And we all know about Lyme disease, but then there's auriculosis and anaplasmosis. We don't want to scare everyone.
Happy summer.
There are plenty of things that insects can give us. Best to wear your bug repellent. For ticks, permethrin, if you put it on your clothes, that can last for a long time, be a good repellent. And then just be mindful of it. I mean, it's summertime, they're out there. Mosquitoes, we know they're going to be out there at night. night. Ticks, if we're in the bushes, make sure we're checking ourselves afterwards. You know, pound of prevention is worth ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. That's what my mom used to tell me, right?
But are there any treatments for any of these things?
For West Nile, it's purely supportive. For a lot of these tick-borne diseases, there are treatments, oftentimes an antibiotic that can help you get you back on your feet.
Okay. Yeah. What's the COVID situation?
COVID situation is kind of what it's been the last several years. We start to see this slow increase in July, nothing like too crazy, and then we will anticipate a bigger surge come this fall, which is just a good time to remind people there will be an updated vaccine that's out there. When you're planning to get your flu shot, get the COVID shot, cross it off your list, and don't be one of those people who has regrets that they got more sick than they needed to.
Very good advice.
You bet.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Dr. Potter. See you next week.
All right, Blaze, do you have your bug repellent?
No.
What?
No, I don't. But
you're on the patio. You need that.
Listen, I will buy it. If I go outside, I will put it on because it has been incredibly not only hot and humid, but moist. So there's a lot of standing water for those mosquitoes to lay their eggs on. This past June alone has been one of Wisconsin's wettest on record. So we don't need any more rain. And thankfully, Beryl is staying off to our south and east, or at least the remnants of what was a major hurricane. But now we look ahead to the heat, especially on Sunday when our temperatures are expected to climb about 10 to 15 degrees above average, which is why the risk from heat, not only for Sunday, but into Monday as well across all of Wisconsin, where you're seeing those red pockets, that's major impacts, especially for folks who don't have air conditioning or aren't able to really cool themselves down. You're going to want to make sure that you are able to, because our temperatures are not only going to be in the 90s, but our feels like temperatures, so the heat index value, going to be approaching, if not into, the low triple digits. This is Sunday afternoon at about 4:30, feeling like the low 100s across a majority of southern Wisconsin. And I'm going to fast forward this into early Monday morning. Even with that shift of winds out of the northwest, it still feels like some of us are in those low to mid 70s, if not closer to Lake Michigan, the mid to upper 70s to low 80s. So it's important that not only during the daytime hours that you stay cool and hydrated, but at night as well. Generally quiet across southern Wisconsin, even as Beryl continues to slide its way north and eastward into parts of the Midwest. We're beginning to see some of the effects. We got the upward motion creating these scattered showers. Not seeing any lightning in and around Argyle, Lamont, back into Jordan, but just some heavier rain. Again, we don't need any more rain, unfortunately, but we are going to see these scattered showers and thunderstorms really continue here over at least the first half of Wednesday as Beryl continues to move into the Midwest. I would say folks in Racine, Kenosha, Walworth counties, Waukesha, and Milwaukee have the best chance for more of that consistent rainfall as we go overnight into the first half of Wednesday. But notice that we start to clear out as we go throughout the day, but that acts to make the atmosphere unstable, so we could see some pop-up showers and thunderstorms as we look to the mid to late afternoon hours on Wednesday. Right now, though, underneath mostly cloudy conditions, upper 70s to low 80s, not only across southern Wisconsin, but into Dane County as well. It's humid, and we're going to remain cloudy as we go throughout the rest of your evening, taking us into those morning hours on your Wednesday. Our 12-hour planner there, only keeping us in the 60s. Future Track is going to move Beryl out of here as we go into the later part of Wednesday, and that's why we do clear on up. We had back some scattered chances on Thursday and Friday, and then our focus again is that heat, upper 80s to low 90s Saturday through that following Tuesday.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
TDS Fiber Internet makes our home smarter. Working, playing, living, learning. It's all better with TDS Fiber Internet because it's faster, more reliable. It's award-winning internet served up by friendly local folks. It's what keeps us connected. And isn't that what it's all about? Say hello to internet that hits different. Say hello to TDS.
You can get sizzling savings of 29% off during Fry Construction's Hot Summer Sale. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 4 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our Hot Summer Sale. Save 29% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing or siding project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
have no idea what I'm doing. My dad has Parkinson's and we need more support. That's why I connected with a Grace. Now I have a partner to help me understand what to expect. Choose more support and less stress with a Grace. Authentic care and connection.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
New at 5, break out the bug spray. Check out why mosquitoes are swarming this year. Plus, we have the top tips to keep you and your family pest-free. Then your carbon footprint could be reduced. We unpack Madison's new traffic program. That's coming up next.
Milwaukee hosts the Republican National Convention, and News 3 Now brings you team coverage as Battleground Wisconsin grabs the national spotlight. Campaign 2024 GOP convention coverage live from Milwaukee, starting Monday on News 3 Now.
I'll take a look at this. Commuters in New York City may have been enjoying their air conditioning while they were in their vehicles, but some were still feeling the heat after traffic was shut down near a busy bridge when the extreme temperatures caused the structure to actually get stuck.
Whoops, the heat caused the steel in the bridge to expand, malfunctioning the structure's machinery and grinding it. So traffic in both directions stopped to a halt. Firefighters and city officials spent much of the day hosing the bridge down to try to cool it off. It eventually worked, and the bridge reopened for business later in the day.
I can't come to work today. The bridge is too hot. I'm stuck.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, we'll be right back.
Save big at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Choose an Amish handcrafted sofa from our showroom or let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture
at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Don't miss the 45th Annual Art Fair Off the Square, July 13th and 14th, located in downtown Madison between the Capitol and the Monona Terrace Convention Center. Showcasing the talents and creativity of the Wisconsin Alliance of Artists and Craftspeople, featuring beautiful ceramics, art glass, painting and drawings, photography, sculpture, jewelry, and so much more. Buy local and support your Wisconsin artists and craftspeople, July 13th and 14th. The Art Fair Off the Square. Put it on your calendar today.
Right now, we're running our 60-60-60 sale, so when you purchase your new concrete coating, you get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60% off installation or 60-month no-interest financing. This is one of our best deals of the year, so visit our website or call the number for your new floor today.
This month, we're looking for 200 homeowners interested in getting a new fence. We're offering up to $1,000 off, plus an upgrade of up to 10 free solar caps. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. Call now or visit the website for your new fence today.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
To oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
Today a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Hanson's knows that your home is a place of comfort and protection. That's why our durable, energy-efficient, and weather-resistant windows, roofing, siding, and gutters, as well as our bathtubs and showers, are guaranteed. With 35 years experience and thousands of 5-star reviews, we're your trusted home improvement expert. Get 50% off installation or enjoy no interest, no payments for 1 year.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
Save big at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Choose an Amish handcrafted sofa from our showroom or let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture
at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
That wraps up today's Live at 4. Brady's in the newsroom with a look at what to expect in our coverage moving forward. Brady?
And tomorrow on Live at 4, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here to take your plant questions. And next at 5, the first safe haven baby box in Wisconsin is now here. We will show you how it works. Thanks for watching Live at 4 today. We hope to see you back here tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts now.